Welcome back to Bow News Network. We are tracking Tropical Storm Elsa. It is becoming quite a bit of a danger to the region of the southern Windward Islands, and we are really concerned for the islands of Barbados and St. Lucia at this particular time as we've been tracking this storm. For those of you who are currently tracking it right now, it's at 10.6 north, 52.6 west. It's maximum sustained winds at 45 miles an hour, and it's moving at about 28 to 29 miles per hour west northwest. We anticipate that it's going to have an impact possibly around the early morning of Friday for the islands of Barbados and St. Lucia as it enters and transitions over those two islands in the windward, leeward, and lesser Antilles into the Caribbean Sea, and it's still uncertain as far as where it will go thereafter. But definitely South Florida is in the cone of concern at this time. So we're going to be tracking this storm as we monitor it as it makes its way towards the continental United States. As always, if you're new to this channel, please by all means go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell for further updates on Tropical Storm Elsa. We will bring them to you live as soon as we get updates from the National Weather Center. So at this particular time, it's a few hundred miles away from the area of Barbados. We anticipate that Barbados will start to experience tropical force winds sometime later on into tonight, into the early morning of Friday. Also, we anticipate that the winds will start to pick up quite a bit. We can actually see it on the radar here, and we can actually see significant cyclonic development. We don't see an eye, of course, yet, but we do see the telltale signs of that cyclonic rotation that we anticipate as storms entering warm water and starting to actually become more developed and more defined. As we take a look further, as far as the winds are concerned, we can see based on our wind monitor that on the top back wall of the system, we do see some telltale signs of cyclonic development. We do see winds in the region of 35 to 40 miles an hour sustained, and of course they are having gusts. The Weather Service actually reported gusts up to 45 miles per hour. But we're going to be continuing to monitor this system into the evening as well as into the night. Hopefully we'll be able to provide information for residents of Barbados and St. Lucia as they prepare for this storm as it makes its way across those islands. By all means, this is a really good time to get rations such as water, food. If you do feel that you need to seek shelter based on your current residence, then by all means do abide by all government offers for shelter. This storm, even though it's moving very, very fast, it does have significant tropical force winds, and it could lead to property damage and loss of life. We do anticipate very, very heavy rainfall in the region of Barbados once it starts making its way further into the southern Windward Islands. So that is definitely going to be a caution. And of course, with very, very heavy rain, as we have already seen in the 2020 hurricane season, many islands, including Jamaica and other islands, received heavy rainfall as a result of systems that actually didn't make impact, but they did lead to loss of life, mudslides, and a lot of different problems as a result of the severe weather that's actually moving through the area. So heavy rainfall is not to be taken lightly. We do anticipate as it moves away later on in a few days that possibly it will skirt along the southern coast of Hispaniola and actually go towards the southern coast of Cuba. Well, we do anticipate that Jamaica should prepare at this particular time for heavy rainfall. The outer squalls are anticipated to actually impact Puerto Rico, as far away as Puerto Rico. And we do see that Puerto Rico is not necessarily in a cone of concern, But because of the size of this tropical storm, then definitely residents of Puerto Rico should prepare for at least for some heavy rainfall, and that includes also Dominican Republic, and of course Haiti will probably receive more of the storm than the Dominican Republic. It's too soon to say. One thing we do have a concern of is if it should turn a little bit to the north, how will the mountains of the Hispaniola impact the development of this tropical storm? We do know that Pico Duarte in Hispaniola is an elevation of about just over 10,000 feet. So it is a possibility. It's the highest peak in the Caribbean. So we do anticipate that it's going to have, if it does impact the Hispaniola, then it, quite possibly the mountains will actually disintegrate the storm or actually hinder its development. At which point it will enter into the southern Bahamas, and then it will be more in tune with possibly making impact with Florida. But it's too soon to estimate as far as what will happen. As far as Friday is concerned, we do anticipate that this storm will be in the vicinity of St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Martinique area as it enters into the Caribbean. And we do anticipate that the winds will be close to 40 miles per hour. It seems that based on the current structure of this storm, that most of the impact and the high winds will be on the northern backside of the storm. So residents who may be impacted by the northern section of the storm, such as St. Lucia and also Martinique, should prepare for tropical force winds in only a matter of hours. It's moving very, very quickly at about 28 miles per hour. So we do want to make sure that residents of those islands understand that the possibility of impact and also the possibility of what will happen with tropical force winds in this region. We will continue to monitor this storm. It is June, and usually the hurricane season peaks in September. With that said, we are actually we're advancing pretty quickly as far as the intensity of the hurricane season, and we're only in the month of June. So June, July, of course, I'm sorry, July, today is July 1st. So we are in July, but with that said, it's the early part of July, and we're seeing some significant tropical activity. We just had Tropical Storm Enrique, and then we also had we now have Tropical Storm Elsa, and we're just dealing with a lot of different systems at this time. It just seems that the tropics have come alive, and especially with the waters being so warm. And of course, we're dealing with significant wildfire risk in the region of British Columbia, which is very, very rare, and also the Pacific Northwest. So there's definitely something that's a little bit off with the climate at this time. A lot more intensity in certain areas of the country and the Caribbean at this time. But this is what we have, and this is what we're going to be dealing with. We have Tropical Storm Elsa moving towards the southern Windward Islands. We will continue to monitor this storm as we get closer, as it gets closer to the Windward Islands. Definitely smash that notification bell if you would like updates and analysis of the path of this storm. Will provide you with the latest information from NOAA as well as the National Weather Center as far as the path of the storm. If you happen to be a subscriber who lives along any of these islands, then by all means, this is a very, very good time for you to for prepare for this storm. And also, we want to make sure that we get timely updates so that those who are in its path may be able to benefit from the information, take the necessary steps to protect themselves and their life going forward. Of course, we appreciate all of our subscribers tuning into Bow News Network, and this has been another Bow to the Weather update. Please stay tuned for more notifications, more information about Tropical Storm Elsa here on Thursday, July 1st, 2021, as we monitor this system as it makes its way towards Barbados and St. Lucia and St. Vincent. As always, always remember to bow to the weather and have a great day. Thank you.